Weed, huh? Yeah. I got my card. I don't even really use it. I don't smoke much weed. I have it just for emergencies when I get the whim to buy some. I don't really even smoke weed anymore. When I got it, I did go to a dispensary, and I sat in a room with 100 other people, all in folding chairs, and everyone talked to the doctor for 90 seconds each. And we gave them $200 and we're out the fucking door. So when they got to me, the lady's like, okay, what's your complaints of your symptoms? I'm like, well, I have anxiety. She's like, okay, what do you take for that? I said, booze. She's like, okay, well, that's not gonna work. Okay, any other complaints? I'm like, well, I have trouble sleeping. She's like, okay, what do you take for that? Booze, again. She's like, we need like a prescription or something here. She's like, okay, let me think. You're late 30s, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you gassy? I said, hell yes, I'm gassy. She's like, perfect. She filled out the form and she handed it to me. And it said on the form, we prescribe medical marijuana to JB Watkins for heartburn. I had no idea that marijuana had anything to fucking do with heartburn. Only it made it worse with the munchies and shit. But whatever, I got the card. They filled it out, no problem. Going to a dispensary, it's so overwhelming for someone that's not really that used to buying weed on the regular. I go in there, get some edibles, get some pre-rolls, whatever, and it's always different. Every time I go in there, the menu is different every time. There's new shit all the time. There's all these gorgeous strains of weed and all this new fancy shit and these dab rigs, which are, I sound like an old fuck, but these dab rigs these kids got, fucking insane. Man, I wish we had some good old-fashioned bottom shelf weed. You know what I mean? Instead of going in there and buying the fancy shit, I wish we had some bottom shelf weed. I wish I could go in there and the guy's like, hey, what can I get for you? And I'm like, I don't know. I have $250. And he's like, I got you, bro. And he leans down behind the counter and he pulls out the fucking brick, the bang, the early 2000s super compressed shit that came into the Port of Catoosa. You know, that shit. It's 15 pounds and only that fucking big. You want 250? Here you go. And he busts out the flathead screwdriver and he cracks off a hunk for you. The seeds scatter across the glass. Throws it in the sandwich bag and here you go. It takes half an hour to de-stem. It's not even green, it's breen. The kind of weed that you could smoke all night and finally get high right before you had to drive home. That was the good shit. I don't know if there's an actual correlation or not, but I like to think that Febreze sales nosedive dramatically in every state that legalizes weed. What did it exist for before that? Pet stains or pet smells, whatever? Hardly. It was for fucking weed. That's exactly what it was for.